Hello friends and fellow gamers, MKxJUMP here, and this week we have a brand new Card Clash of Illusion event for Idle Heroes. And DHGames have changed the way that we get Contract Starry Gems for free this week, which should make it easier for a lot of people who have been active players but have struggled with the previous cap that you've needed to get through a campaign to maximize your Contract Starry Gems. So we'll be taking a look at that in a second. As well, there's tons of great rewards on offer, but if you're a spender, it feels like one of those events where you need to spend a lot of money or none at all. So we're going to break all that down for you today. So let's jump into this week's event for Idle Heroes. So, every day for logging in, you're going to get 7 enchanted cards, and these are necessary to making progress in the Card Clash of Illusion. So make sure you pick these up every day. That just requires you to log in, and with them, you will get 49 for free. You use these in the Card Clash of Illusion to draw cards out of the deck, and you want to put together teams that have a restrain bonus against the boss to deal as much damage as possible. Once you've drawn 3 cards, you will get a bonus that you can use, which can sometimes help you out, or other times, like this Fortress buff, be rather unhelpful. But eventually, you'll get stuff that's quite useful like this here, which gives us a 15% restrain bonus against the boss, so any Shadow, Dark, or Transcendence heroes will get a boost. Also, multiple heroes of the same type also get what's called an aura bonus and therefore have added damage. So the best thing you can do is have multiple heroes that are the same that also benefit from the restrain bonus and buff them up with buffs like this to make those teams as strong as possible. And that way you want to reduce the boss's HP with as few tickets as you can use. You do get 49 of these for free by logging in every day, but on top of that you get 60 if you choose to buy them with gems, and that costs you 6,000 gems. As well, you can choose to spend 600 Starry Gem or equivalent items, so typically Contract Starry Gems will be your go-to here. This is potentially a good idea if you want to get really far in this, as this is one of the cheapest ways to obtain these tickets outside of gems and getting them for free. And what you get for each stage is changing as you rank up. So stage 1 is going to get you a 6-star chest, stage 2 is going to get you some scrolls, stage 3 gets you super wishing coins, stage 4 gets you profit orbs, and finally at stage 5, the really good resources begin to come in. 200,000 crystals of transcendence and 5 glorious treasury coins. And these glorious treasury coins are necessary for making progress in the glorious treasury and getting the top rewards for this week. Now, getting to stage 5 shouldn't be too difficult. In fact, the first 49 tickets you get for free, along with the ones you can buy with gems, should be more than enough to have stage 5 completed. That said, getting to stage 6, stage 7, stage 8 and beyond, that will require you to spend your Contract Starry Gems. So I think one of the best options that free-to-play players can do this week is just go to stage 5 and get 5 glorious treasury coins. You can then choose to spend these in the glorious treasury and get 1.25 million stellar shards, which is pretty nice. However, you are able to get yourself 600 Contract Starry Gems this week, and previously you were able to pick these up just by simply engaging with the campaign. It needed you to have completed far in campaign, but it was all stages that required you to be level 130. However, DHGames have realized this is a bit of an unfair requirement because anyone whose account isn't at that level is at a disadvantage. So instead, they've changed it to your max corruption in Realms Gate needing to be level 28. So as long as you haven't been neglecting your Realms Gate and have been pushing progress from when you unlock an E5, getting to Void Corruption level 28 should be completely fine, assuming you've invested in a good E5 like Eloise or Holmes Young and are building an appropriate team around them. Then getting this cleared should be no issue at all. And even if it is difficult, fighting Realms Gate is something you can actually just do with multiple attempts. And one very cool trick is you can lower the Void Corruption all the way down, and you only need to fight the boss stage, which is here, on the highest level for it to upgrade the next level of Void Corruption. So as long as you're fighting in the Realms Gate and increasing your Void Corruption and have been doing that since you got an E5, you should have no difficulty picking up these Starry Gems, even if your level is less than 130, which was the previous requirement. So hopefully that's something achievable for you guys. Now, on top of that, we do have some other things to engage our interests. We have a Soul Awakening session, for example, which is rewarding people for awakening heroes. And the more points you get, the higher up the leaderboard you will be. And you can see some people have already pushed really, really far. To keep it simple, all you need to do is get to 200 points, and that will unlock you a B- stone for free. However, it is bound to your account, so make sure you use it on a hero who you actually want to have an awaken on, or just simply someone you don't mind destroying in the Soul Temple for Contract Starry Gems. Those of you that decided to get the Soul Awakening card should be enjoying the fact then that you will have awakens for free each day across this week, making that a little bit easier to get points in the Soul Awakening session. That's also going to pair with the Awakening privileges here, which is where you actually get the points for the session. So every single time you get an awaken, depending on the level of the awaken, it'll be worth a number of points, and those points will add up to get you rewards. It starts off with chests with heroes in and a treasure coupon at level 70, but when you get to 100, you are getting a mysterious artifact selection chest. At 150, you do have the option of 45,000 essence sublimation. When you get to 300, that's even better, with a chest here that has 90,000 essence sublimation, or a core chest should you need that. If you want to push even further, and that will require around 100 awakens to do, you can even get yourself Scattered Spirit Vein Shards or Divine Power Aurora Gems. A bit of a challenge to get this far, but if you do, they are some pretty nice rewards. In my opinion, though, I think that's an overstretch of Contract Starry Gems, and given how good the festival events have been in the past, I'm not quite sure I want to be using my Contract Starry Gems on an Awakening Privilege event. Getting to 300 is okay, though, and will cost you around 3,000 Contract Starry Gems to get this far. And the rewards are nice, as you do get an artifact and what is basically 135,000 essence sublimation, which is nice. However, also bear in mind we have our value packages for this week, which is somewhere else you can choose to use your Contract Starry Gems, and this will get you the enchanted cards for the card Clash of Illusion. With this, you can make some more progress in the card Clash of Illusion without having to spend money, just your hard-earned Contract Starry Gems. Some people may choose to do this if they want to push all the way through to Stage 9, which is something I could recommend, I guess, because those additional 5 Glorious Treasury coins can be used to get yourself some sublimation in the Glorious Treasury, because you will get a total of 15 if you get to Stage 9. The first 2 can be used for Stellar Shards, and then you will unlock Treasury 3, where you can buy either a core chest or some more sublimation for your account. So that may be something to consider if you're wanting to get yourself some additional rewards this week. You could even choose to spend more Contract Starry Gems and go all the way to Stage 11, which is going to get you 10 additional Glorious Treasury coins, which again can be used for more Stellar Shards or more sublimation if that was something you wanted. And as well, a B- stone is thrown in there too. However, you're also getting a B- stone if you decide to push the Awakening privileges, because 200 points will align with the Soul Awakening session. I think rather than pushing from Stage 9 to Stage 11, it is actually a better investment to go for Awakens up to Stage 300. You will get yourself more sublimation for doing so, you'll also get yourself an artifact, and you'll also do some Awakens, which will give you a chance to get some nice heroes. Yes, you will have to destroy a lot of those to get Contract Starry Gems back to do more Awakens, but I think for an investment of 3,000 Contract Starry Gems, this is nice if you have those Starry Gems sitting on your account. We also have a Starlight Melody. This is getting you points. For every enchanted card you use, you get 3 points, and for every awaken you do, you get 6 points. These points will accumulate and get you different rewards. Every time you get 100 points, you'll get some Stellar Shards, you'll get some Spiritual Essence, you'll even get some Master's Toolboxes, and a copy of a Transcendence hero from the original 6. For every 200, it's very similar, but you get a better version of a Transcendence hero, one of the newer ones. And if you go up to 300, it's an even better chest, which has even newer Transcendence heroes here, like Natalie and Vulcan or Betty. And if you get to 400, you only end up getting a chest, but this contains the other newer 6 Transcendence heroes on top of that. If you get 1500 points, you're getting yourself 10 Glorious Treasury coins, which again can be used in the Glorious Treasury to get some nice rewards. And actually, if you go far enough and you get 40 lots of rewards, you can begin to buy Destiny materials, which is completely something available to free-to-play players if they want to cash in their Contract Starry Gems this week. 40 is lower than normal. Normally it's 60 to unlock Treasury 5, so that may be tempting for a good number of players. You'll also notice there's a ×2 and a ×4 feature, which will increase the number of points you have by that multiplier. And 3,000 points can be unlocked if you get the ×2, as this will give you access to mysterious artifacts. You get 2 treasure selection chests for orange and 1 for pink, or instead of an artifact, you can go for an origin artifact chest, which in my opinion is probably better. And for 6,000 points, you can either get yourself 2 orange festival chests for this year, or you can go with a pink festival chest. And to get that, you will definitely need the ×4 modifier, as you have only 1,500 points as the base level, so you'll have to times that by 4 to get to 6,000. To get these modifiers, you need the Moonlight Gift, which rewards you for spending money this week. This is going to get you enchanted cards, which can be used and cashed in the card Clash of Illusion, and that will get you further progress and of course more points in the Starlight Melody. But also if you spend 100 bucks in total, you'll notice you're getting yourself access to things like soul symbols, you get some glorious relics, you're getting 500,000 stellar shards, what will be a total of 50 enchanted cards, and the ×2 modifier, both for card Clash of Illusion, giving you double rewards, and also for the Starlight Melody. Plus, you also have the Illusion Privilege, which means you can smash through the card Clash of Illusion. Not necessarily the best thing to do, you're probably better off doing it manually, but if for you it's a skill issue, I guess smashing is okay. And also, if you choose to spend 200 bucks this week, you'll get an artifact thrown in with that, 500,000 Crystals of Transcendence, another 500,000 Stellar Shards, an additional 50 enchanted cards, and that's where you get the ×4 multiplier. So basically doubling all the rewards, again, that you would have gained from the Starlight Melody. This is a fantastic way to get a lot of Spiritual Essence onto your account, which is really useful if you're trying to build lots of Destiny heroes, because Spiritual Essence is often a bottleneck, as you do need a lot of it to get to Tree of Origin level 120. On top of that, the 100 additional enchanted cards are really, really useful for making far progress in the card Clash of Illusion, and it is actually admirable to get to stage 20, as this gets you 80 glorious treasury coins. Combine that with the 40 which are available in the Starlight Melody by getting this chest 4 times, that gets you a total of 120, which when you unlock Treasury 6 will give you access to Star Soul materials twice. So if this is something you want for your heroes, let's say they're at Nirvana already, then yeah, this is a nice way to improve them. On top of that, Treasury 5, as it's an early unlock, you can get a lot of Destiny materials here, which means that actually unlocking Nirvana in the first place can become a little easier, especially when you consider all of the access to Spiritual Essence you gain this week, which is one of the prerequisites needed to build so many heroes to Destiny, which Nirvana requires you to have. You need 7 heroes at Destiny to get Nirvana on your account. So maybe this is something for you. You do want to spend 200 bucks here, as it will give you access to a lot of resources. Also, it should be noted that you don't actually need to do Awakens to get the max rewards this week. You could, if you so choose, go to the value packs and buy every Starry Gem pack here and get all of these enchanted cards, and then for your $200 spend, you could just buy these top 2 packages, which gives you an additional 80 enchanted cards. If you do all of this with these 2 top packs and get all the stuff here from the Moonlight Gift, combine that with everything available in the card Clash of Illusion for logging in and these 120 available here, that's a total of 501 card Clash of Illusion cards. Consider then that you get 3 points for every card used. That's an easy 1,500 points for this Starlight Melody. So that's the most optimal way to spend if you don't want to be spending on Awakens. However, you could choose to gamble and only spend on the $100 pack here at the top, and instead, for your second $100 purchase, get yourself a Flora's Picnic package. This contains Prism Starry Gems, along with treasure coupons, Cores of Transcendence, and an interesting chest here that gives you access to Contract Starry Gems. That could be useful for you, as you do get a lot of rate of return here, which is nice. Also, you can use those Contract Starry Gems, of course, to go and buy these value packages in the first place. But it should be noted, there is a chance that you will low roll and maybe not be able to do the card Clash of Illusion. You'll only have about 460 of these cards if you do that. That should be enough to get to stage 20 if you're lucky, but there is a chance that you low roll with what you're able to pull here, and therefore you might need more cards. And in that circumstance, you will have to actually spend more money for more cards. However, the gamble, if it pays off, is quite nice because it does give you access to Prism Starry Gems, treasure coupons, and all this additional stuff, but to top up the Starlight Melody, you will then have to do Awakens, and at the very least get to stage 300 so that you can get a decent rate of return for your investment on your Contract Starry Gems. So there's 2 options for going in on this event and trying to maximize your rewards in total for this week. I think half-arsing it and only going to 100 doesn't actually give you as good of a rate of return on what you've invested, and you're actually better saving that money for a relay similar to what we had last week or the week before, which needed you to spend 130 bucks to get a whopping 1.2 million Spirit Vein shards. So I actually think that is more ideal if you only really want to spend 100 bucks this week. So either skip this event and don't spend, or do spend 200 bucks. It's entirely up to you guys which one is best. I think I will be skipping this week, but I may change my mind as the week follows on. Of course, it depends from spender to spender, and also how much money you have freely to throw pro at this game. If you're a free-to-play player though, I will of course recommend just going to stage 5 and actually saving the Contract Starry Gems you get this week. Yes, you could use these for further rewards in the Card Clash of Illusion, but given how good the festival events have been in the past and how much of an importance Contract Starry Gems have played in the ability for free-to-play players to maximize their rewards, I think saving them this week and just getting yourself the free Stellar Shards from investing with gems is the best way to go. Of course, you may change your mind as a free-to-play player. You may instead decide to spend your Contract Starry Gems and push to stage 7, or maybe even stage 9 and spend even more Contract Starry Gems for a little bit of sublimation. That might be something you want to do, but personally, I don't think that's the best option if you're a free-to-play player who is limited on Contract Starry Gems. Instead, get them from this event, keep them on your account, and wait for a better event to invest them in which can maximize your rate of return. So that's this week, folks. Something nice for everybody, I believe. If you go ahead and just do the Card Clash of Illusion, you should be getting a little something here anyway, if you're free to play. Masters Toolboxes, Stellar Shards, Spiritual Essence, and a chest with a Transcendence hero in is always nice, and these additional bonuses will be well met, I think, for all players. Depending on how far you go, you will get more stuff, but of course the heavier spenders will massively enjoy all the different resources available for this week. And yes, there are going to be some crazy souls that want to awaken as much as possible and get their leaderboard ranking as high as possible. You can see Toad, in the span of just making this video, has rocketed up to 29,000 points, which, fair enough, my friend, that's a huge investment. However, these guys are potentially getting themselves triple S, double S, or even S tier heroes, but this is only available for the people that get to the top of this leaderboard, something I'm not too optimistic about. However, that does mean a lot of awakens will be happening this week, so keep your eyes on the auction house. Prices have been very weird in the auction house as of late, so hopefully this is going to reduce the price, if not just for this week. So if you can try and look for a steal, if you're in, like me, someone who converts Starry Gems into Contract Starry Gems to complete events, then yeah, you may find it ideal if this is something that becomes cheaper and more accessible. As well, they might just increase the number of A tiers when next week comes and all those stones are awarded to people, and that could actually reduce the price of some potential A tiers you're after. If you look, the top 100 people are getting an A- stone, so that will just mean 100 additional A tiers added to the market. That is not a bad thing at all. So there you go, folks. That's this week. Good luck making progress, whether you're going shallow or deep into the glorious treasury. Let me know in the comments section down below. And for next week's event, we have what looks like a simple Imps adventure with extra drop carnival, and also Shelter Mission is back again, giving us MKxJUMP as a reward, which is quite nice. We have Azrael, Geista, and Arania, with Mockman and Eos as our light and darks. So it looks like a pretty standard event. Make sure you save 4 stars if you aren't already doing that, so that you can complete that Shelter Mission. You need 4 stars from the matching faction and class for these heroes. So that should be something that's obtainable, but do bear in mind Bone Carver is the only assassin that is obtainable in the Shadow faction, so it might be a little hard to grab him. I think the others should be relatively easy. So yeah, good luck if that's something you're going to be going for. Well, I say good luck if that's something. You should definitely be going for Shelter Mission next week, but more on that in next week's video. If you want to catch more of these event reviews, hit that subscribe button. I review every Idle Heroes event when it goes live, so that way you guys know exactly what you need to do in the week ahead. So make sure you subscribe and don't miss a video like this if you're looking to maximize your progress on your Idle Heroes account. Until next time, guys, have an amazing week. Let me know what rewards you're chasing this week, and as always, have fun and happy idling.